5 a.m. starts right now.
Getting answers for Western Massachusetts. This is Western Mass News.
Coming up, everybody, the case against the former leader of the Holyoke Soldiers Home will go before a judge today. What's expected in court?
Springfield's indoor mask mandate will be lifted starting next week. I'm Amanda Callahan with more on what this means for residents and visitors.
And our nor'easter pushes out, high pressure moves in, which means a return to some sunshine for us. Well, the details, full forecast coming up.
Plus, Holyoke mayors are facing off in their last debate before Tuesday's election. Details on their final chance to sway undecided voters.
Definitely just like irregularities in the schedule, like by 30-minute margins.
And later, fluctuating bus schedules are causing some headaches for parents trying to get their children to and from school. How some local districts are handling the current bus driver shortage. All right, but it is Thursday morning, everybody, October 28th. And what do you know? A dry start to the week, a first, I believe. Welcome here to Western Mass News, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I'm Taylor Jacobs.
And I'm Jordan McCool. The nor'easter has moved out and improvements are on the way for today. Let's check in with meteorologist Dan Brown for a look at the forecast.
Yes, indeed. In fact, we are going to see some sunshine today. So good news there. And we are dry now, too. The pockets of drizzle and mist have come to an end. We've dried out overnight last night. Temperatures are hanging out in the 40s. We may start with a mostly cloudy sky, but I think sunshine is going to work in and will be a pretty decent day today. Seasonably cool with temps in the middle and upper 50s. Wind a lot lighter. Still a tiny bit of a breeze out there, but the wind will be lighter in general. And still quite a few clouds, but the clouds will break apart, giving way to some sunshine. Along the shoreline, still dealing with pockets of drizzle and mist. Our storm system, though, way out in the Atlantic and moving away as high pressure is going to work in, and that will bring with it some of that sunshine. So we are looking good today. We've been talking about how today is going to end up being the pick of the week. I think that's the case, although tomorrow is going to remain dry as well. So clouds this morning mixed with some sunshine. Then we should see quite a bit of sunshine as we go into the afternoon. The breeze will be lighter, temperatures in the middle and upper 50s, right about where we should be for this time of year. Well, more on the forecast. We do have another round of rain coming in time for the weekend, unfortunately. We'll show you that in our 7-day in just a few minutes from now. Jordan Taylor, to you.
There's always a catch. Thanks, Dan. Well, today, the case against the former superintendent of the Holyoke Soldiers Home is set to be heard in court for a status hearing. It was back in August the case went before a judge as the attorneys for the former superintendent there, Bennett Walsh, tried to get the charges against him dismissed. Walsh is charged with 5 caretaker bodily injury counts and 5 caretaker neglect charges stemming from the 77 COVID-19 deaths at the Soldiers Home last year. During an August hearing, whether or not the former leader of the home qualified as a caregiver was argued, but no decision was made. Today's hearing is set for 10 a.m. over at the Hampden Superior Court. Well, now to this, where there's a pretty big announcement coming from the city of Springfield yesterday. Beginning on Monday, face masks will no longer be required indoors.
Western Mass News reporter Amanda Callahan joins us live in downtown Springfield with those details for us this morning. Amanda.
Taylor and Jordan, city leaders are citing a decline in positive COVID-19 cases as well as an increase in vaccination rate as to the reason they're going to lift the mandate starting on November 1st. Back in September, Mayor Dominic Sarno instituted the mandate due to an increase in positive COVID cases. But since then, the city has seen a steady decline in cases over the past 5 weeks, and the city's vaccination rate has gone up about 12% since the mandate was put in place. The mayor was joined by Springfield Health and Human Services Commissioner Helen Colton Harris to make this announcement.
The mask mandate is now, for public health, a mask recommendation.
Colton Harris says residents should still use their judgment when deciding whether to wear masks in public places, especially around children younger than 12 who aren't eligible for the vaccine yet. City officials say they are keeping the mandate in place this Halloween weekend to protect those young kids. And coming up in the next half hour, we hear from Springfield business owners on how they feel about lifting this mandate next week. Live in Springfield, Amanda Callahan, Western Mass News.
Thank you, Amanda.
Well, turning now to some new information out of Holyoke, where police are investigating a shooting on Sunday that left one man seriously injured. Officials tell Western Mass News an officer heard gunshots around the Chestnut and Sargent Street area at 7 p.m. A resident then flagged down the officer to help the victim, who was found in the alley between Chestnut and Maple Streets. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Holyoke Police. Sticking in Holyoke, the city's last mayoral debate is scheduled to take place tonight ahead of November's second election next week. The two candidates, Michael Sullivan and Joshua Garcia, are set to take the stage at Holyoke High's North Campus starting at 6:30. This is set to be a Lincoln Douglas style debate, meaning candidates will ask questions of each other on topics given to them by the moderator.
Well, meanwhile, Westfield voters could feel a sense of deja vu this election season, as they will once again have to choose between the same two candidates, current Mayor Don Humison and his opponent, retired police captain Michael McCabe. 2019's election was decided by less than 100 votes, taking 3 days for a final verdict to be reached. Both candidates are once again trying to lead the city. They tell Western Mass News they agree on the issues facing Westfield, such as economic development and infrastructure, but they differ on how they want to tackle those problems.
He has sort of a top-down leadership style as a former police officer, and mine was more legislative and collaborative.
I think my style is better fitted for the executive leadership spot than the way Don handles things. It's not to say he's a bad guy, he's a good guy.
Polls do open in Westfield as everywhere else Tuesday at 7 a.m.
Over in Chicopee, the city's annual Spooktacular is happening today. Now, the event was originally scheduled for Tuesday, but was postponed until today due to the weather and the rain. Festivities are taking place from 4 to 7 at Zott Park.
We drove around this morning and there were trees everywhere.
Coming up, the eastern part of the state is still dealing with the aftermath of this autumn's nor'easter. We hear from a family who witnessed the storm firsthand.
Plus, first responders are hard at work dealing with the storm and other emergencies. Look at the chaos in Brockton when we get back.
And the city of Boston putting over 800 employees on unpaid leave, why several departments are now likely to be short-staffed.
All right, this traffic report brought to you by Northampton Volkswagen. Looking over in Northampton, not much happening out there as you see on Route 9. If you're heading that way, you're A-okay. And now over on the Pike in Ludlow, heading that direction right now. Traffic flow both directions, east and westbound. Looking good. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here on a Thursday morning. We're crawling through the work week right now. Friday Eve, right?
Friday Eve.
Love saying that and love hearing it too.
Exactly.
Halloween weekend.
Yeah, Halloween
Yes.
weekend. This is going to be fun. And after last year, I mean, and remember the year before, wasn't it just awful weather? And that one was like quasi-canceled as well. I think I'm right about that.
I forget. You may be right. I forget all these dates the years before kind of mix in.
But the kids, they're going to have a good one, especially pick of the week, it sounds like.
Well,
or
you talk
weekend.
Yes.
Sunday.
Sunday looks a little iffy, but not like Saturday. I mean, Saturday for the most part, at any point during the day, it's going to be raining out. It could come down at a pretty good clip, but we are going to see some improvement as we head into Sunday. So that is some good news. And by the way, improvement today as well. We're dry and a return to some sunshine today. We have a temperature of 46 and we'll end up in the middle and upper 50s this afternoon, but we are going to do that with brighter skies. So right now across the area we have readings in the 40s from 46 at Amherst and South Hadley at 47. You get into the hill towns where we have some clear skies as well. We're in the 30s from Charlemont at 39 and North Adams at 37. The wind here is lighter for the most part, 5 to 10 miles an hour, but still out on the Cape and southeastern Mass, still dealing with some gusty winds. Out at Nantucket, wind gust last hour of 41 miles per hour. Nothing compared to how strong it was yesterday at this time, but nevertheless, they're still dealing with some wind and even some pockets of drizzle there as well. But for us today, trash can wind meter will put at a 1. We'll have winds at about 5 to 15 miles an hour this morning out of the northeast, then swinging around into the northwest this afternoon, and that is a drier wind direction for us. Pockets of drizzle and mist out east. For us, just mostly cloudy skies now, but for the most part, we have dried out. Pavement out there is dry as well, and we're going to continue to dry out, giving way to sunshine as our nor'easter continues to spin offshore. But boy, this thing is a beast. But fortunately, now it is moving away from New England, and high pressure is going to be working in, and that should supply us with a decent amount of sunshine, especially this afternoon. Our next storm system, though, already starting to take shape out across the Ohio River Valley and Plain States, and this is going to head our way, and it is going to bring rain our way for Saturday. But for today, the sun is back. A dry end of the week for your Friday. We'll notice some of those high and mid-level clouds moving in tomorrow evening. If you're going out tomorrow night, there'll be some showers the deeper we get into the night, but we may squeeze much of your Friday evening dry. Showers after midnight Friday and then periods of rain on Saturday. We could pick up about an inch of rainfall on Saturday. So, there might be times where it's just drizzling, but it does look like a rainy day Saturday. We begin to dry out Saturday night, and then Sunday looks better. Still some upper level energy, though, could bring a couple of spot showers on Sunday. So high pressure will be with us today and tomorrow as it works on in. That'll keep things dry. And by the way, that'll set us up for a clear, cool, chilly night tonight with temps down into the 30s. But tomorrow, dry all day. We'll notice the clouds starting to increase mid to late afternoon. Then the clouds win out. This brings us into Friday night. Notice at 10 o'clock, still rain-free. So again, your Friday evening plans, you might get away with not getting much in terms of raindrops, but after midnight and certainly during the day on Saturday, this rain is going to move in, and it's going to kind of spin around the area during the day Saturday, so more bands of rain will move in during the afternoon before this area of low pressure lifts to the north, and we see some drying as we go into your Sunday. Speaking of drying, we'll be dry today with temps in the middle and upper 50s, quite a bit of sunshine, a seasonable day. The wind will be light, averaging out of the north today. So temperature is pretty seasonable and reasonable today. High pressure, again, in charge. Here comes our area of low pressure for Saturday with the periods of rain. High pressure moves out. Low pressure will come up into the northeast. This is Sunday, by the way. Notice how, the low is to our north, but we're still getting a little bit of energy on the backside. So Sunday will probably start with some sun. Clouds will work back in, and then a couple of spot showers during the afternoon. Whether or not that kind of hangs around for trick-or-treat time is still a little bit up in the air, not a washout or anything like that, and certainly a better day on Sunday with a high temperature near 60. And Monday and Tuesday look seasonable and dry as of right now, with maybe some more showers late Tuesday night into Wednesday. There'll be some wind Saturday, but we're not expecting damaging winds or anything like that. All right, that's your forecast. Jordan and Taylor, back to you.